Twin typhoons devastate the Philippines, leaving over 200 dead and thousands displaced. Manila, Philippines Global News Report. A powerful combination of twin typhoons, Typhoon Mirasol and Typhoon Moling, has wreaked havoc across the Philippines this week, leaving over 200 people dead, hundreds missing, and displacing more than 500,000 residents. The catastrophic storms brought intense rainfall, flooding, and landslides that destroyed entire villages, especially in the central and southern regions of the country. Unprecedented destruction. According to the Philippine National Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Council (NDRRMC), both typhoons struck within a span of 72 hours, causing one of the worst weather-related disasters in recent years. The storms first made landfall in eastern Samar, tearing through the Visayas region before moving westward into Luzon, including the capital city, Manila. Officials confirmed that at least 200 fatalities have been recorded so far, while dozens remain missing. Floodwaters have submerged residential areas, swept away bridges, and cut off major highways, isolating several provinces. The heavy rainfall triggered massive landslides in Leyte and Negros Occidental, where rescue teams are still searching for survivors under mud and debris. Government declares national emergency. President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. has declared a state of national calamity, authorizing the immediate release of emergency funds and mobilization of the military for search and rescue operations. This is an unprecedented disaster. We are doing everything possible to save lives and provide relief, President Marcos said during a televised address from the Malacanang Palace. More than 500 evacuation centers have been set up, housing displaced families who lost their homes to flooding and strong winds. Power outages have affected millions, with the Energy Department warning that full restoration could take weeks in the hardest-hit regions. International aid arrives. Global humanitarian organizations have begun to respond. The United Nations, Red Cross, and several neighboring countries including Japan, South Korea, and Australia have pledged financial and logistical support. The U.S. Navy's Pacific Fleet has also offered assistance, dispatching ships and helicopters to help with rescue and supply missions in remote areas. The World Food Programme (WFP) is coordinating efforts to provide emergency food packs and clean water to affected communities, as concerns grow over waterborne diseases and food shortages. Climate change in the spotlight. Experts say this devastating event underscores the growing impact of climate change in Southeast Asia. Meteorologists from the Philippine Atmospheric, Geophysical and Astronomical Services Administration (PAGASA) noted that sea temperatures in the Pacific Ocean were unusually high this season, intensifying the strength of the typhoons. Climate activist groups have renewed calls for stronger disaster preparedness and reduced carbon emissions. The Philippines is one of the most climate-vulnerable nations on Earth. What we're seeing is a direct consequence of global warming, said Dr. Liza Bautista, a climate researcher at the University of the Philippines. Economic impact. Preliminary government estimates suggest that the economic damage could exceed $3 billion, affecting agriculture, fisheries, and infrastructure. Rice and coconut farms in the Visayas and Bicol regions have been completely destroyed, raising fears of food shortages and price hikes. Financial markets in Manila dipped slightly amid concerns about reconstruction costs and the strain on the national budget. Economists warn that rebuilding efforts could take months, if not years, depending on international aid and recovery funding. Stories from the ground. Residents describe scenes of chaos and heartbreak. The wind was howling like a monster. Our roof flew away, and we ran to the hills, said Maria Lopez, a 36-year-old mother from Tacloban. I lost everything, my home, my shop, even my neighbors, shared Rogelio Santos, a fisherman from northern Samar. Rescue workers have been working round the clock despite difficult conditions. Many roads remain blocked, and helicopters are airlifting supplies to isolated mountain villages. Lessons from the past. The disaster has revived painful memories of Typhoon Haiyan Yolanda in 2013, which killed over 6,000 people. While the government has improved early warning systems since then, experts believe local infrastructure and housing remain too weak to withstand back-to-back typhoons of this magnitude. Global reactions. Leaders from around the world have expressed condolences. U.S. President Joe Biden, Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, and UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres each issued statements offering assistance and sympathy to the people of the Philippines. Pope Francis also called for prayers and solidarity during Sunday Mass in the Vatican, saying, "May the world not turn away from the suffering of our Filipino brothers and sisters." Looking ahead, as floodwaters slowly recede, the focus is now shifting toward rebuilding and rehabilitation. Authorities warn that disease outbreaks could follow due to contaminated water sources, while humanitarian groups race to deliver vaccines, medicine, and shelter materials. The Philippine government has requested $500 million in international aid, with priority given to rebuilding schools, hospitals, and homes destroyed by the storms. Despite the devastation, stories of resilience are emerging. Communities are coming together to rebuild and support one another. We will rise again. We always do, said Mayor Edgardo Ramos of Eastern Samar. But we need the world's help now, more than ever.